Okay, hello grade 7s. Hope everything is nice and shiny in Hong Kong. I'm currently in New York, having a good time, taking care of the kids, but obviously missing my grade 7 class. So hope you guys are doing well. Asha, I hope that you're behaving well. Jokes, I'm sure you are. Okay, so in our last lesson we finished off learning about conduction and then also about expansion and contraction of objects when it comes to heat. So I'm not going to do a recap of conduction. If you want to, you can go over some of that again. But what I want you guys to do is a research task into conduction. Okay, so what's important about this research task that I want you to realize is that it isn't very heavily based on actually finding out the information. Okay, the information is pretty straightforward, easy to find. It's not going to be like a lab report where you're not sure what you're going to find. It's easy. Okay. However, what I want to really stress with this is relearning and kind of emphasizing again scientific method. So that is, writing a hypothesis, getting your variables, control variables, conclusions, all those types of things. That's what's important in this investigation. What's slightly different about this one as well, it's not going to be a practical. So every time we've actually used this lab report template, you've done it for an experiment that you've done. We're not going to be doing an experiment, we're just going to be doing research. And it's important to realize that very often in the sciences, it's not going to be some crazy cool experiment that's exploding. Sometimes you're going to have to do some research. Okay, so we're going to be using the same template, but now we're not going to do practical research or practical experiments, but rather research into a certain topic. Okay, so before we start anything else, you need to have this document, okay? It's called the Grade 7 Conduction Research Task, okay, and it's on Google Drive. So I'm going to do this live right now. I'm going to share it with you. Okay, share. Cool. We are going to share this with grade 7 students. There you go, at Carmel. Okay, the message is, please complete this task. Okay, make a copy first. Don't edit the original. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that at the part there, make a copy first, don't edit the original, is very, very important. Okay, where's the send button? That's frustrating. That's interesting. Let's try that again. Share. Probably have to make it full screen. There you go. Share. Grade 7 students. Okay. Complete task. Don't edit document. Make a copy. And send. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm back now. I don't know if I disappeared or not. We'll find out later, I guess. Okay, so I've sent it to you. No excuse. It's sent to you. There's literally video proof of it. Okay. The most important thing to start off with, okay, before you edit anything, before you do anything, whatever, I want you to get to this page. You're going to click on File. You're going to say, make a copy, like that. And then you're going to type in your name. Sandy Goldstein. Okay, that's your name. And then you're going to just put what the title of this is, Conduction Research. Okay, your name and then Conduction Research. Easy. Okay, easy. You can then share it with the same people, or you can just share it with me later. That's okay, as long as you've made a copy. Then you close this one. Please close that one. You open this one, and that's where you do your task. Do not edit this one. This is the one that I'm keeping that you may not edit. I'm going to say that again. If you see a title that says Grade 7 Conduction Research Task, you should not be editing or doing anything in that. You need to have your own one with your own name. Okay, cool. I'm going to talk you through now step by step what you need to do for this task. So there's no excuse for you not to do it. Your teacher, whoever's taking care of you, should play it for you as well. But if you need to come review it at some other time, I will leave it on ManagePack so you can watch the video at any time. Okay, so you should write your name on your research task. That's the first thing. As always, not always, but to help you out, I've given you your research question. Your research question is, which metal has the highest rating of heat conductivity? Okay, you might not know too much about that, but we're going to get to that. Okay, so basically what I'm asking is, which metal is the best at conducting? Okay, that's actually what we're asking. Okay, so what you need to do then is you're going to find out pretty much what that is. You have a hypothesis here. That's something I want you to type up for yourself. So your hypothesis, yet again, guys, is just a guess. Okay, so in this, it's not going to be as scientific as maybe experiment, but maybe you can say something along the lines of, I think, no, don't say I think, but iron will have the highest rating of heat conductivity. Okay, cool. If you want to give a reason, that's good as well. You can do that. Then we're going to get to our independent variable. So yeah, our variables, you need to list your independent variable and dependent variable. So independent variable and dependent variable. Please change the color of the font. I don't want it to be green. I want it to be black. Okay. And then you state what your independent variable is, and you state what your dependent variable is. I'm not going to give that to you. You need to find that out. Then your method design. This is where it's going to be pretty straightforward. Your method for this is not a scientific experiment, it's just research. So just kind of, you can take away the materials part. Just go through a procedure. What are you going to do? Okay. How are you going to research this? What sites are you going to use? Yeah. How are you going to go about your research? That's pretty straightforward. It might even just be a sentence long. That's fine. But always remember, the more effort you put in, the better marks you will get. Okay. Next, we're going to get results. So what have you found? What have you found in terms of the heat conductivity of different metals? So what I want you to do for this is pretty straightforward. You're just going to open a new tab, okay, and you're going to type in heat conductivity, not rating, but just say heat conductivity of metals. Cool, and then there you go. Straight away, the first one we have is which metals conduct heat best. Open up that image over there, and there we go. We already have a list of 5 different metals and their heat conductivity. Obviously, the higher the rating, the better. What is extremely important here is I don't want you to just go to one website and that's it. Go to other websites, compare your data, see what's good, and then work from there. Okay? Once you've done that, you need to do your own data. Okay? You can get your research from somewhere else, but you then need to make your own table. Okay? It's very easy to do that. You just go insert table and you do it. Okay? I don't want you to just do a table. I also want you to do a graph if you can. Yeah, so that's pretty much straightforward. You just represent your data. To backtrack a little bit, okay, obviously when we talk about variables, there's independent and dependent. There's also controlled variables, okay? So mention what will be controlled in your investigation. And that's going to be a bit more challenging, but I want you to think about that for yourself. Okay, so back to the data. You've now represented all your data about which the different ratings of heat conductivity in metals. You now then go into interpretation. This is going to be very challenging, okay? So this is where you're going to basically interpret the data and describe the results. So in other words, you can say which metal had the highest conductivity, and which metal had the lowest conductivity, and then give reasons as to why. Okay, why would one metal be better at conducting heat than another one? Okay, you can do research into the internet as why. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you guys to do. Remember, this is research. This isn't you going, I don't know, I haven't been taught that. You need to go find out why. That's the whole point of this, okay? It's research. I'll give a clue. Density can play a role. Potentially. There's other things as well, okay? You go do your research. This is going to be the bulk of your investigation, potentially. Okay, validity of the hypothesis, okay? So basically you need to discuss how well the data supports or refutes the hypothesis. Don't go into too much detail here. For most of you, your hypothesis is going to be a straight up guess, so don't worry. Validity of method, you can actually assess, was your research good enough? Did you go to enough different sources? Yeah, many different things along there. Improvements, how would you improve during your research? Maybe even the research that you got from other websites, in other words, the data they got, is it trustworthy? How can you improve that data? And that's it. Okay, like I said, the bulk of it is going to be your interpretation. Okay, why are some metals more conductive than others? That's pretty much what this interpretation is. Okay, why are some metals more conductive? That's what your interpretation is going to mainly be about. But please, guys, I want you to do this in detail. And definitely for the data, very important, you're not going to copy and paste anything. You're going to create your own table and your own graphs and work from there. I think that's pretty straightforward. I've gone through every single one that you need to do. Okay, that should take you both of the lessons. In other words, all 4 lessons that I'm away for. Okay, if you are complete, okay, which you probably shouldn't be by the end of this, then you need to do other work. I don't want to hear that you were doing no work, or you can work on what we've done many times before, setting up exam questions, exam style questions for each other, or even tests. Okay, that's all. Thank you, grade 7s. Enjoy and good luck. Please email me if you are struggling with anything.